Ho, ho, and a bottle of rum. Rum is intimately woven into the ethos and culture of the Virgin Islands, as my family discovered this past December when we traveled there. It dates back to the 16 and 1700s when the British and Danish came to this archipelago of islands and began to clear-cut the forest, terrace the mountainside, and put in sugarcane plantations, which were run by slaves to create the molasses that became the rum, which at that time was the currency in the islands. It still very much is the currency today. It starts the minute you land at Charlotte-Amalie International Airport. As you walk from the tarmac into the terminal, they offer you free samples of rum, passion fruit flavor or coconut flavor, or both. Once you get to the hotel, there's free rum punch to quench your thirst. When you go to the botanical gardens, once again, free rum punch, as long as you tip the ladies that keep the pitchers full. When it is time for lunch or dinner, your options are endless. You can have a bushwhacker, a pina colada, a hurricane, a lava flow, a firefly, a painkiller, a pitcher of Cuban mojitos, or my favorite, the dark and stormy, a ginger beer and dark rum concoction. The views are breathtaking. Random rainbows just show up throughout the day. The other thing that is heart-stopping and breathtaking is the driving there. You are driving American-made cars on the left side of the road, shoulder to shoulder, as they say, to keep from crashing into oncoming traffic. The roads are so steep and mountainous that several times it disappears beneath you and all you can see is sky. Now, have any of you traveled on a vacation with other family or friends only to discover that you all have different versions of the perfect vacation? This was true for my family. I have 3 boys, all in their 20s. Their idea of the perfect vacation is anything that is adrenaline producing. My husband, John, his perfect vacation is to sit by the infinity pool with a book and never leave the resort. I, on the other hand, want to see and do everything there is to see and do. I want to go to the cultural sites, the museum, shopping. I want to go into that clear bottomed kayak with the LED lights at night so you can see the sea life below. I think we did a pretty good job of trying to meet everyone's needs. The boys got to zip line and scuba dive. John got 1 full day beside the pool with his book. And then I booked 2 fabulous day-long adventures for all of us. One was by boat to the British Virgin Islands, where we visited 2 of the 4 named islands. We went to Virgin Gorda and Jost Van Dyke. Home to the Soggy Dollar Saloon, inventor and perfecter of the painkiller. The interesting thing about Jost Van Dyke is there's no dock there, so you anchor, swim ashore, so that you can walk up and down the white sandy beach and take advantage of the 10 bars, count them 10, that reside there. The only other thing on the island are housing for the people that run the bars. My son's favorite bar was Gertrude's, because Gertrude allows you to pour your own drinks. And if you just pour a moderate amount of rum, she tops it off for you. Our next trip, let me remind you, Jost Van Dyke. Keep in mind, if you are looking for the perfect place to go on New Year's Eve, it is second in the world only to Times Square in New York City as the best place to party on New Year's Eve. Then off to St. John. We went there by ferry. This was my whole reason for going to the Virgin Islands. Over half of the island is Virgin Islands National Park. John and I are on a quest to get to all of the national parks. It is spectacularly beautiful. Although it is quite sobering to wander through the Annaberg sugar plantation ruins and see how the forest is slowly reclaiming the land and the buildings. The beaches and bays are idyllic. Cinnamon Bay, Trunk Bay, Hawk's Nest Bay. We had lunch at Coral Bay with chickens and cats milling about our feet. Then it was back to Cruise Bay to wait for the ferry, where we discovered yet another quintessential rum drink. Yes, this time it's a coconut. They lop off the top with a machete, fill it with rum, and you sip it with a straw. Then, if the ferry is late, you don't care. On the last day, we did some shopping in downtown Charlotte-Amalie on Christmas Eve to stock up on our 2 duty-free bottles of rum per person that we could bring back to the United States, or the mainland rather. They would package it in a box for you. You can take it as extra baggage, no charge. Once home, it was less than a week before the thermometer in my house was -22 with a -35 wind chill. But I could sit in the front living room and sip my rum and remember the idyllic trade winds, the random rainbows, and the beautiful scenery. Now, I have printed off a few select photographs rather, from this trip so that you can see if my word pictures match the real pictures. I also brought with me Joanne's Sweet Memories chocolate rum cake, which I am happy to share with any of you who are not gluten-free or alcohol-free at the end of the meeting. Mr. Toastmaster.